Okay, let me get my voice going here, guys. Get everything straight. Hang on, I need to focus. Just a minute, guys. I got to do all. You can't set this up beforehand. Where's my focus, you freak? Oh my gosh. No, I probably should be back because of what we're going to do today here. Focus, you freak. Okay, we'll get started. I think that's good for a start. Butterfly pet. Oh, thank you, Kenny. I pulled it out here to show, and then I've been taking notes. I didn't have time to set up what do you call it, a thumbnail, because I'm not sure what we're going to do. I'm not sure what we're going to do, so I didn't set up a thumbnail. I'll do that later. Hi, everybody. Nick and Tina, Kat, Kenny, Joey, CBC. I think that's Heather. Rebel, Mickey. Call you Mickey. Cheryl. Yeah, so I was these are all the notes. See, this is what I tell y'all. I take notes. These are all notes that I took in the middle of the night, and then I'm just writing them down in my beast. Writing them down in the beast. Hi, Sue. Let's see. Kat, Rebel. Oh, I said hi to Rebel. Andrea, Diana, Pamela. So I always come on if you're here for the first time. I come on a little early to say hi, good morning, chats, happy hump day, and say all that in the morning, before I start doing a project. And so yeah, hope everybody's doing well. I woke up. I went to sleep really early last night. I was watching the Hunt for the World War II Gold, and I recorded it, so it doesn't matter if I fell asleep during it. So I fell asleep, and I woke up, and I went, "Oh man, that was a good sleep. I guess I better get up and start getting ready for my stream." And I looked, and it was 12:30. Hey, Mark. Yeah, Mark. And it was just 12:30. Hey, Janet. So I was just talking about, here's my beast, Janet. I'm in my beast here. This is the one that Janet made me. So yeah, I was saying that, I wrote all these notes in the middle of the night, and then I come over in my, and I transfer them over in the morning. But I thought I'd slept. I thought I'd slept really, really well. Hi, Eileen. Happy hump day. And I have to watch it today too, Janet, because I fell asleep. And then I woke up thinking, oh, this was such a great sleep. And it was 12:30. I slept for like 2 hours. Well, 3 maybe. Yeah, about 3 hours. Slept for 3 hours and was wide awake. So, hi, Katrina. Sitting here sipping on my coffee, guys. Get my voice going. So how's everybody doing? Hope you're having a good hump day. I got my reading list here, Janet. This is what this is. We got to pick a book, Janet. We got to pick us a book. Let's see. I've done this, started getting ready for work. Well, I don't think I've gone quite that far, although we used to trick my little sister when we were kids. We'd wake her up and tell her it's time to get up and go to school. Like 10 o'clock at night. We've done that, but I don't think I've ever got up and got ready. I think I'm gonna have to go run down and get me some juice, guys. Get my voice going here. Hi, Terry. Oh, we gotta say good morning to Terry. Don't anybody email me. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here we go. Whoops, that's not the right one. Wait. I got to get over there. Okay. Yeah. So, Jumi, hi. That cracks me up too, Terry. Hi, Gary. Let's see, Jeannie R, Kia, and there is, oh my gosh, there's so much pollen in the South. It doesn't usually affect me, but like I don't get sneezy or headaches from it, but it does. It can, it just like coats you. I didn't either, Terry. I didn't either. Hi, Melody. So let me show y'all real quick. Let me get my stuff here. Well, I'll just move this now. I'm not quite done writing all my notes, but this is my beast here. I've got everything just shoved in here. Yeah, this is my beast, as Janet Tag named it. Okay, so yeah, I did finish this. Okay, now I can see my camera is crooked. Let's see here. I'm not zoomed in because I'm thinking we might do the scroll today. Are y'all up for some scroll fun? Are y'all up for some scroll fun? Hi, Patricia. I don't know if I am, but we can try. Oh, yeah, the rain helps get rid of the pollen. So, but anyway, I did finish this one from Monday, and I just used the gel pens. I use another blue and a pink and what other color? Gold, a coppery color, and then I went with Stickles. So I went ahead and stickled all the gold. I just thought it needed it, right? It just needed it. I guess I should. Well, I don't want to zoom in because we're going to take up the whole space. Let me move Phil there. My focus card. Hi, Sammy. So, what did I do? I did something now. I got to get the light. Come on back there, baby. Come on back. It's not wanting to adjust. Okay, my setting is not wanting to adjust for some reason. I guess we'll just have to see what happens when we get out the scroll. So, hi, everybody that came in. This was in the Color Morphia. Let's see who else. Patricia. Great. Roxanne. Oh, wait, Denise is answering me. They're on their trip. I don't think they've left yet. They're going to the beach. So let me. All right, now I can turn my phone sound volume off. All right, so, and unless there's something else y'all want to do, we don't have to do the scroll. My sleeve. This is a new shirt, and the sleeves are really long. I need to roll them up a little. Hi, Malay. I think the sun's coming in and out of the clouds. That's what's going on here. You like the scrolls? Hi, Joycey, Kimberly. So let me go run get some juice, guys, before we get crack-a-lack in here. Hang on. Okay. Do have the door open so the cats may be visiting. Alrighty. Hi, Nia, and everybody else. I stepped away for just a minute, so I might have missed somebody. Hi, Faithful, Kim, Becky, Marie, anybody else? Okay, so anyway, yeah, I finished this, and today, in case y'all forgot, we're giving away a copy of this book. This one's mine. Melody sent us one for giveaway today. And I'm get all the mail done Saturday, guys. So all the mail will go out Saturday. So we're going to give away a copy of the Googly, G-U-G-E-L-I. It says Find Color on the cover, but I don't know that that's the official name. It is. Oh, thanks, Audrey. And Audrey. Hi, Leonie. So this is what we're going to do a giveaway today. I know, Sammy, right? She is so generous with us. And so we're going to give that away today. Let's see what else. So yeah, we can do scroll, we can do drawing. What do y'all feel like today? I don't want to do a color book page because I've got something to catch up on. So sorry, color book girls and guys. Yeah, it is. It is Malay or Malay. Anyway, you know what I mean. Oh my gosh. Hey, Andrea. Thank you. Yeah, I showed it a minute ago with the glitter, which is having fits with the lighting. But yeah, I stickled it up. So we'll do whatever you want. Oh, let me tweet. I forgot to tweet this morning. Let me do that real quick. In the morning. Right. Let's put some coffee and some art and link in profile. Oh, thank you. The scrolls. Well, the scrolls, what I like about the scrolls is I get y'all involved in it. You guys name things and add things, and we have fun things. And we just usually start off with an animal. Somebody will pick an animal, and then we start having fun with it. Well, it wasn't, it took me hours on stream working on this. And probably then that night I worked on it for about an hour in bed while we were Hubster. We read at night, and so Hubster was reading, and I worked on this for about another hour till it got too hard to see. It's just too tiny. And then yesterday I worked on it for about maybe 2 hours, so probably a total of about 5 hours. It probably took me about 5 hours to do it. Yeah, I don't have any place to hang. I won't do it. Cheryl, I won't frame none of this stuff. I got hundreds of pages colored. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when I either sleep with the window open or sleep with the fan blowing in my face. No, I won't varnish it or anything, Roxanne. No, it just stays in the book. It's the fun of doing it. It's the fun of doing it. And showing y'all what I do with stuff. Okay. So, let's see. We got about 10 minutes. Hi, Ashley. Hi, 3G. Teresa, Roxanne. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Let's see. Hi, Diane. Okay, so let me move this and let me move this out of the way. If we're throwing paint, we don't want any paint on anything, right? And So let's see here. Let me move some pens and some markers and some stuff out of the way here. These pencils need to go over here. All right, so let's see. Let me get some paper. Oh, are we low on scroll paper? No, here we go. Is this some scroll paper? Oh my gosh, this one is rich. This one's. Oh, I forgot we had this. This one. This is one of our leftovers from Christmas that had the lights in it. This one had the Christmas lights in. This one needs to go in my stack of these things. I don't know why this one was rolled up there, but this one needs to go over here. Oh, that stack. I know. I see you, baby boy. Okay, let's see. Well, I thought I had another roll of paper. Guys, we just might have to go with, oh, wait, here we go. This one, no. I have one piece left. I thought I had a whole new roll of shipping paper, and I don't. Well, we might have to go to Plan B. Could work on black paper. We could work on black. I don't know how the light's going to like me. I don't know how the light will like me if we work on black paper. So, let's see. I'm looking, guys. Because this is what we work on. It's our shipping paper. It's this one. Oh, here's another one. This is another one for Christmas. I don't know why they're up there. This is our, these have Christmas lights poking out, and there's our ugly sweater. Oh my gosh, I gotta organize. No, can't go over there, baby. You're not, no. Let's get down. Let's see. I didn't know I had all those stuck up here in my rolls of stuff. Okay. I forgot I had that too. You forget you have things. All right, baby, you can't go over there. You'll unplug me. You will unplug me. Okay, so let's see. Yeah. Do we just want to work on one piece? You want to see how much we can squeeze in one? Yeah, let's see. The camera's a little crooked too. I have to just tape this last piece down. Yeah, and the lighting is like, no, it's not going to change the lighting. Okay, this is not going to work. There's not enough of that anyway. So we're going to have to go on. We're going to have to go on to another challenge. Because the lighting's not going to like that. All right, baby, got to get down. Sorry, guys. Cat attack. I'm going to have to put him out and close the door. Hang on. He's determined to come up here and mess with the camera. I know we love the cats, but you won't love the cats if they're knocking the camera around. All right, well, we can just draw on paper. The napkin journal, well, maybe we could do them. Y'all want to do the napkin journal? So, yeah. So that my kind of sort of plan to do the scroll is kind of off the table now, literally off the table. Napkin journal is always fun. Okay, looks like we're going to go with the napkin journal. All right, let's see here. Let's see what napkins we got. A couple different ones here. And I like to use my Juliette Crane books for the napkins. I can zoom in a little now. Okay. Okay, so I got a few different napkins here that I haven't used that I've been sent. Oh, I like this one. Look, I like this one. I like the chickens. Oh my goodness. I kind of like the chickens, and then I got the birds. I guess we could do a little glue. We could spend a little time doing some gluing just to show how to do that. Because I do have a few blank pages still that we can add some napkins to. Hi, Lori. Okay. All right, Sammy. Don't let that soap dry in your hair. All right. So let me see. Let's get my matte medium. Get out the supplies here. Yeah, we haven't done one of these in a while, so that's dried paint, so that'll be fine. Yeah, they are pretty napkins. Maybe I'll do a napkin giveaway too. Let's see. With these 3 kinds. Let's see. Let's pull a couple of each here. All the giveaways will go out on Saturday, guys. So just FYI, let me make a couple stacks here. We'll do a couple napkin giveaways. All right, there we go. And we're still going to give away Melody's book too. All right, so let's see. Let's make 2 stacks of 2 each. All right, wait a minute. Let's turn that. Okay, so we'll put 2 of these. 2 of these in each one. And 2 of these. There we go. So we'll give a couple stacks away. So I'll set those aside. All right. Let's see. All kinds of papers in here for protecting your pages. So these are the ones I'm going to use. All right. Let me look at chat for a minute. So exciting. Love these. Sammy, it's okay. You got a few minutes. I got to get it all organized. I gotta get it organized. Does it look a little bright? Does it look a little flash? I'd rather have it a little on the bright side but I think it's kind of set right now. We'll roll with it. It looks okay, doesn't it, guys? Okay, so I use the golden matte medium to glue everything down, but I put it in a dish soap bottle just to squeeze it out easier. Okay, so when you see me using this, it's just this golden matte medium. Okay. All right, I'm gonna turn this fan on. It's not the guy coming to work in the yard, so I don't want the dust all coming in. So, all right. It's new for you, Marie. Okay. First time watching you. Hey, Lee Fallon, welcome. A couple weeks ago, welcome to the live. Crystal, Ona. I know I'm missing people. You'll never look at napkins. That's true, Faithful. That is true. Okay, yeah, the inspiration station. I have that written down. I have that in my beast. If y'all weren't here, I was talking about how I was adding some new things to the beast this morning. This is my beast. Like, that's what Janet calls it. The Miguel Louise, or whatever name it is. The gridded little books. That's the beast. And this is one. Well, I'll show you this one because Janet decorated this cover here. That's Janet's work on there. It's going to be fun to see what you're going to do. Well, I don't know what I'm going to do either, Marie. See, that's part of the fun. I don't either. I'm serious. Okay, so I still have not fixed the binding of this. This book came apart. I've used and used it. Of course, got wet and matte medium and stuff. I still have not fixed it. One of my sisters sent this to me for my birthday back in 2009. I don't do date books and diary type. I'm going to have to roll my sleeves up a little here. I don't do those kind of journaling, date keeping, or anything like that. Yes, you can make a napkin journal. Anybody can make a napkin journal. I'm going to show you how. And so anyway, I said, well, I'm going to turn this into a napkin journal. And by a napkin, what I mean is the base. The base is a napkin. So here's a page of just napkins all glued down. I haven't done anything to this one. A lot of the pages just have the napkins the napkins glued down. They're not worked on yet. Hi, Colored by Caroline. Anybody else I missed? So what I've decided to do is use the napkins as a base and then use color book pages, which I usually use. Oh, see, here's a whole bunch more napkins and stuff in here. And then use Juliette Crane. Now, not always, but for the most part, I just like Juliette Crane's Big Monster coloring book, 34 original drawings you could to color and make your own. Whimsical Animals, 34 original drawings to color and make your own. These are the two books that I mostly use in the book, but I have a few other color books that I've used in it. So what you do is you color the images before you put them in. The napkins are rough, okay? They have texture. Don't cut something out. Don't cut something out and glue it in. And glue it in and then try to color pencil, because I will show you what will happen. Let's see, let me get a... Okay, so like if I cut him out and I wanted to color pencil him in, look, well, this one's not very sharp. I'll show you what happens. See, you pick up the texture, which can be cool if you want to do that, but this is textured. So you won't get any kind of blending or smooth color pencil. You won't get any of that if you glue it in. So you have to color it first, then cut it out, and then glue it in, okay? So I'll do a flip because it's been a while since we've looked at this one. So again, the napkins are the background. Then I glue in the color, then I glue in the already, now if you're going to paint them, but even the face, see, I went in and penciled the face. I think this is mostly paint, but you just got to be aware, especially for faces. You're going to end up with textured faces. Okay. So this one is out of a different color book. This is one of the Juliette Cranes. So this is napkins in the background. And then what I do is I paint the background. Okay. So you go in and paint after you've got everything glued in. Does that make sense? So again, we start with the napkin fish background. Okay, and then she's the only thing that's a color book, but then I did add stickles to this one so you can see. And you always want to add your stickles or glitter at the very end because it does take a bit to dry. Okay, here's just a napkin glued down. No, nothing added to it yet. Here's some more Juliette Crane creatures and people. All right, so y'all following so far? You smell what I'm stepping in? Okay, Janet. So this is napkin. These irises and butterflies. That's a napkin. Okay. Then these are colored, glued in, and then all this is paint. You know, just like I paint in my collage books. Okay. Do you leave the... No, you take the napkin backs off. We're going to do it in a minute. I've got these extras. I did extras so that we can do a couple samples. Okay, so you just start with something like this. Just glue them wherever you think you're going to like them, and then you'll end up, cutting out or tearing out. When you tear things out, it's easier to blend. Okay, it's easier to blend this with paint if you tear, but you can do whatever you want. So, and then you start painting. You can add other things too. It doesn't have to just be napkins. You can add whatever you want, right? But I focus on the napkins here. So I'm going to just flip here so you can see some of the different napkins that I have. Hi, Carrie Ann. Then this was already the page in the book. So in this book, that this journal, it has spring, summer, fall. It has the 4 seasons divided up. And the rest of the pages, they do have a little bit of butterfly, maybe a quote here or two. But you can see there's the dates, because this was a date book, right? Which I totally just ignore the dates. So just so you can see where we have a lot of pages that have napkins already in them and ready to go. Oh, this might be a pretty one for this. Kind of like that. Add some more to it, I mean. Okay, so here's another finished one. Sip of juice. Okay. You can do whatever you want. It's a journal, guys. There's no, just because I don't add stamping or whatever, that doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. It's your book. You're the boss of your journals. Yeah, Janet's scavenger hunt. Yeah, she had the final on Monday and she had a drawing. Was it Gail? I think Gail won the drawing for the scavenger hunt. That was cool. I color with canvas. We're gonna work in the napkin journal today. So this one's sorry guys, I'll get my voice going here in a minute. Maybe take a sip of hot coffee here while it's still hot. So this one has two different napkins. It has the one with the crow and mouse and the moon and all that orange there. And then the other napkin had these little pumpkins. Well, I cut those up to make it fit like she's holding it, right? And then it's got lots of stickles on here. We did this one like on a Halloween page or something. You mean like a book calendar? Or a calendar like that you'd flip? You can use anything, guys. Seriously, you can glue napkins on anything. There's just, certain things you got to remember when you're using them because they can be a little tricky. Yeah, napkins are tricky because they're textured. Okay. So again, this is one of the Juliette Crane girls out of this one, the big monster. And we're going to pick something out of this. I've used this book. There's more napkins. So we'll use something out of one of these. But I'm just doing a little flip. My cousin used her old calendars and put cats riding on top of llamas. Trust me, we have cats in the altered book, in the abandoned book. Norma said, okay, come on, Light, come back. Come back to Mama, Light. There we go. Again, the bees. Terry, I think, sent me these. The bee napkins. And then these poppies here are napkins. And then this is a color book page or a color book element, a page out of a color book, right? And yeah. Here's one that's just got some napkins. And then again, here's Summer, the double page spread. Here's another, the peacock feathers are napkins. And then she's out of the Juliette Crane. Hi, Lisa. I know I'm missing people coming in. Artsy. So we've worked in this over the years, guys. We've worked in this over the years. This one, we used the Jane Davenport napkins. She had, I think she called them collage something, but they're napkins. And so we used her girl faces napkin and made like, goddesses of the stars or something like that. I forgot what we called it. You can get them all places, Queen. Tuesday Morning probably has a great selection. Hallmark stores, Walmart, anywhere that sells party supplies. Any place you can find napkins. You just have to look for them. Most people just don't look for them, right? You go into a store, you don't think about looking for decorative napkins. Oh, thank you, Ona. Yeah, thanks everybody for all the thumbs up already. So anyway, but these are the Jane Davenport ones. And I did order something else. Well, I won't tell y'all yet. We'll see. You'll see when we get it. Okay, so this one, the sunflowers are the napkin. The sunflowers are the napkins. He's out of a little, I don't even remember what book. Probably most of the images, if they're not out of my if they're not out of my Juliette Crane book, and it keeps wanting to flash out every time I put that white book in. If it's not out of that and it's out of another color book, they're probably out of like Creative Haven or, pretty much inexpensive color books that you can, you don't mind cutting up. Let's see. There we go. Hi, Jean. We're going to do Napkin Journal today. Hi, Becca. I know I'm missing people. Lisa, Crystal. If you want to talk to me, guys, put it in caps. Do you ask what diary calendar? Yeah, it is a book that my sister sent me back in 2009. But you can use anything, guys. Look, I need to fix the bind. It came apart on the spine with all the work in it. Okay, come back to Mama lighting. I'll have to adjust the lighting on the page we work on. Yeah, it's a cool size, but Terry, I think you looked it up now to try to get this exact book. They may have other ones, guys, like current ones. Don't try to buy a 2009 one. It's not the book. It's not the book itself, the year, but this is a ledger size. Yeah, they're no longer available anyway. Yeah, so there's probably other ones similar, guys. Okay, so then then there's Stickles on it too. Okay, and and I'll show you Stickles again if you're just coming in. I did finish here. I finished this in the color Morphia. I finished the Mech Moth, and I did add Stickles to it. And I did post pictures of it. So I did finish my Mech Moth, painted the background with black acrylic paint, splattered gold paint all over it. Not all over this, but, I'm sure some got on there, but I kept it to the black, right? And the rest was done with gel pens. So I did finish the Mech Moth, and it turned out pretty good. I like the way with the Stickles on there. So, yeah, I got that done. And don't forget, guys, if you stick around, I'm giving away, Melody sent us a copy of the Googly, and it says Find Color on there. I don't think that's the name of it. But anyway, she sent us a copy. We're going to do a giveaway of that after a while. Don't let me forget. Well, the thing about the glitter, and like I said a minute ago, when you add glitter, you have to do that at the very end. You have to, because it takes a while to dry. And you got to set the book aside and you got to let it dry. So you want to do anything glittery at the end. So see, I have a few pages here I can work it on. Then this is the double page spread that just comes in the book. So I have a few more blank pages there. Here's another one that we did. This one we did last year. We did this one last year. Yeah. So again, the background with the birds, that's napkins. Napkins in the background. We colored them first and then cut them out and glued them in and then painted in the rest. So let's see here. These are just pages ready to go with napkins. This is all napkins. Color book, and Stickles. Bob's calling me. Yes? Streaming? You forgot it was Wednesday. Yeah, what's up? Okay, we have to tell me later. Bye. I showed it a minute ago. Hang on, Caroline. I'll show it again when I go to glue. And then this is another page of just eggs. Here's the page that came in the book. Here's another Juliette Crane one. So again, the butterflies and the buttercups in the background, that's all napkin. Glued in images. I think we just collaged in this moon and then added glitter to it, And then the rest is all paint, guys. You paint it all in, okay? And that's it. So let's go to a place where I have a couple of blank pages here. Let me get some tape. Let me do my jean technique. Hang on. Sorry about my voice, guys. Slept with the window open in this pollen season, which I shouldn't have done, but you know, you can't not have air. Okay. So, yes, I know you forgot it was Wednesday. He's at work. He better figure it out pretty quick, right? Okay, so the glue I'm using, let me get it back here, is Golden Matte Medium. This, guys, anytime you I'm talking about collaging, it's always Golden Matte Medium put into a dish soap bottle, okay? Golden Matte Medium. That's now, I mean, I'll tack things down with a glue stick, but anytime you see me collage anything down, it's always with Golden Matte Medium in a bottle like this because it just makes it easier. Okay, so let's pick a napkin. Let's do the roosters here, and I'm going to give away a couple of sets of the napkins that I pulled. So I got two of these, and two of these little roosters in one set. I got two sets of these. So we'll do a giveaway out in a little bit. Okay, so I think I want the roosters because we haven't done roosters before. So what you want to do, a few things. You want to make sure that you put some kind of papers behind your book so you don't glue the pages shut. Okay, or paint them shut. Either way, it'll paint or glue. All right. Hey, Button, let's see who else am I missing. And it did get dark again. I tried to adjust the light as we go here because the light changes with the sun in and out too. But it's not as bad as it used to be. Oh my gosh, this camera is a much, much better with the lighting. Hi, Jerry. Wendy. Who else am I missing? Thanks, guys, for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. All right, so what you got to do first is you take your napkin. I don't know if I'll need two of them. Now I'll probably just need one. You take your napkin and you have to remove all the backing. Sometimes there's two layers. Okay, most of the time there's two layers. You have to take that off because if you just start gluing down the napkin and you don't take those layers off, it's not going to really be glued down. The other thing is anytime you're using napkin journal, let me just go ahead and cut this in half. Well, no, I'll go ahead and wait. Anytime you're going to glue down your napkins, you really want to glue down on white, or this is like off-white. But if you try to paint this first, let's just say you say, oh, there's a lot of brown and orange in there. So I want a lot of orange and brown. And you start painting your background. Well, I'll show you what happens in a minute. Okay, so let's take, this is Jean's trick. Double-sided tape. And she's the first to say it's not her original idea, but anyway. So then you pull, see how with the double-sided tape, it removes that, it just picks up that layer, right? So there's one layer. Okay, then another piece of double-sided tape. And the second one, sometimes you really just have to kind of play with it a little bit. Try to grab that layer. There we go. See how that grabs it with the double-sided tape? It's just so easier than trying to pick. I just spit on my napkin. It's easier than trying to pick it up with like a pokey tool, which is what I used to use. And you gotta be gentle. I don't care it tears because I'm going to tear it up anyway, but All right, so there we go. So here it is on white paper, right? Now let me show you why you don't want to paint the background until after. So let's just say I painted the background a dark color, blue, black, brown, whatever. Okay, so let's say you painted the background. Look at the difference. Here's why you don't want to paint the background first. Yeah, any kind of tape. Yeah, just to pull it up. It's easy for the double-sided tape. Hi, Mama 4. Anybody else? The cheap napkins that act weird. I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule, Button. There always is. Okay, so this is why you don't want to paint your background first. If you paint it first and then glue down, see how you lose all that bright color? So you want to glue it down. Hi, Scoops. Yes, napkin journaling. Scoobs go, ooh, napkin journaling. She knows. She knows. So you want to use your napkin on white or light color because it is going to show through, right? Okay. So now I started tearing that one. Let's see if I can just tear it all the way up. You can tear or cut, depending. Like I want to cut this one in half. Divide these little chickens up here, and then this one. You can cut it up and tear it up and put it anywhere you want. You're going to paint over a lot of it, guys. Okay, there's a butterfly there. It's just going to go bye-bye. You're going to paint over a lot of this anyway. Okay, like maybe that. And then maybe I don't want a chicken up in the sky, but maybe I want some flowers up there. So let's cut that chicken off. You can turn them upside down, right side up, whatever. Okay, so I'm going to start with this. Okay, I'm just going to start with that and glue that down. Okay, so what I do is I have brushes that are designated for gluing. Let me get one out here. They're the only brushes I sit in water. And I do use a lot of, it's just like any kind of collage mixed media I do. And, I have the same tools. I have my baby wipes. I have my glue brush that sit in water. None of my other brushes do, just my glue brushes. I have my matte medium, my acrylic paint, okay, that's going to put a shadow. Let's move that. Acrylic paints, which I just use Americana craft paints. I do have a video, guys. It's probably a year or two old, but it hasn't really changed. It's all my collage mixed media tools. There's a video on it. It's in my playlist. Just look for All My Supplies, I think it is. It's in my playlist. It's old. It's a couple years old. It's probably not even going to be in HD. It may be, but I think it was before I started uploading to YouTube. So, but it's there. It's there if you want to see. Okay, Genie Mama 4. All right, so now what I'm going to do, and I do have, these are just some extra papers to protect me from gluing pages shut, right? All right, so I'm going to squeeze out some matte medium, and so this is what's so nice about it. It never gets stuck. It's just so easy to squeeze out what you need. Now, usually when I tell you to do collage, I will tell you to matte medium the base and the back of the piece and then on top. Well, with a napkin, you can't do that. You can't turn this over and put it on the back. You'll just glue it to the page. So napkins are the exception to the rule of putting down matte medium on the base, on the back, and then on top. So with napkins, you just put it on the base and then on the top. And you do got to be a little gentle depending on the napkin. They can tear, and they are textured. They will wrinkle a little. That's okay. So there you go. That's what you do. Leave the butterfly. You like the butterfly? It's too far down. Nah, I'm going to cover it up. Okay, so because I want this down. I want these flowers at the bottom. Okay, so, and I go all the way to the edge. That's why you want a paper there so you don't glue shut your book. And you don't have to do it in a book. It can be just on some cardstock. You can do the same thing on ATCs, art cards, postcards. You can napkin journal on anything, guys. So if you don't want to do a whole book or work in a book or keep a book on the go, then, do some postcards. Do postcard size napkin journaling. Okay, so now I'm going to have one right about here. I'm going to have them kind of like creeping up the page there. They're creeping right off the page. Okay, another one up here. All right, now we got to decide which of our Juliette Crane people do we want in here. And you can, guys, take more time to do your layout if you think, well, I don't know which picture I want. Pick your color book item first, or it doesn't. You don't have to jump ahead. I mean, do this all first. Creeping roosters. You can pick your images and stuff first, and then I kind of like her. She's kind of like looking like, oh, my roosters are leaving me. I like her. I like all of them. I like all of these little Juliette Crane whimsical creatures. And we have used and used and used them. We could do one. We could do two. We could do an animal and a face. And I think these Juliette Crane books are still available. I haven't looked. You got Snow, Jean? Snow? Oh my gosh. Jean says you gotta love spring in Eastern Mars. That's Eastern Canada. For those of y'all who don't know, Jean lives on Mars. Well, that's cute too. See, they're just simple little faces and then the creatures in the other book. Draw and color your own. She's got blank pages. Okay, so I kind of like her, but if we want to incorporate an animal too, and again, I got all kinds of stuff stuck in the back of this one. Let's take all that out. Oh my gosh, 5 inches of snow, Jean, in April? Shouldn't last. Okay. Just be careful out there. All right, so there's some owls, little bears, just all kinds of little creatures. They're so cute. So adorbs. It has to be something not a full page. It's going to have to be something kind of smaller. That one might do. Or I could just get another face because the faces are a little smaller. I think there's a couple of each one. Let's go back to the faces here. Let's see. Maybe her and her. Okay, so I think I'm going to go with these two. So what I will do, and we could probably just use some Copics. You like those coloring books? I know they're cute, right? Okay, so and I will dry this too, and there's just different stages. I'll try to keep y'all posted. All right, so I think, I should color it first. It's easier to color and then tear out, but don't probably need all that. And you can tear some out. You can add it, glue it back in. All right, so let's see. She's going to go right up in here. And you can always trim it. Okay, I want this a little less there. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm just trying to see where I want her on the page. So probably right in here. It's easy. It really is easier to color them first and then cut them out, but I'm just a rebel. And it's easier if you tear. It's easier if you tear than cut. Sometimes you want a fussy cut because you want it right up to the edge. But I'm going to paint these I'm going to paint them. And so I want them to be the jagged edges. It's easier to paint them in so you don't see them as much. Hi, Ann. Oh, thank you, Terry. Got links for the books, guys. So, yeah. I'll try to remember. Let me make myself a note. Where's all my Post-its? Here we go. Let's make a note too. Add book links. Add color. Juliette Crane links and description. I try to remember to do that when I can, guys. The books anyway. I can't add all the supplies and all that. It's just too much, too time consuming. Hi, Tina. But I do try to add books. Okay, so I'm thinking she could go somewhere right in here. This needs to be a little less. I want a little less of her head there so that some of the flowers at the top show. Something like this, and then not cover up the rooster. Okay, so that can go there. I'm going to color it first before we glue it in. And then this girl, do I want her down here? And so we might use this moon and these branches up here. Don't be afraid to move things around. We could probably connect this with that. So she's right in here. Something like that. Okay, so what do y'all think? Is that kind of cool looking? Something like that. All right. That's kind of where we're going to go. Hi, G. And you can use whatever you want. You can use acrylic paint. You can use your pencils. You can use a combination of both. I want to kind of do it kind of, I probably should just use paint, but it'd be the quickest. Okay, let me make some room here because I'm going to paint anyway, right? All right, so let's move this. Hang on, guys. Got to make some more space. Make some more room. Let's move these excess napkins. And I'm going to give away some of these napkins, guys. And we're going to give away the book that Melody sent us too. All right, so there's that out of the way. Another piece of paper here that can just go in there. Okay. All right. So move the scissors, move the tapes, move the glue. Gotta have space. You gotta have room, right? All right. So let's get a palette. Make sure there's nothing on the back. All right, and then you base your colors that you're going to use off the napkins. That's the colors you're going to use. So of course, though, we'll have to have a few flesh tones. Let's maybe have one of the girls darker and one lighter. So let's get out some. I'll just call out the colors I'm using. Some burnt sienna. Just going to shake it up here. Desert sand. Okay, this one is probably got a crust on it there. Okay, desert sand. And then let's see. We want probably some red because of the red rooster. The red in the rooster. Let's see. Oh, that's too purple. Let's see. Okay, let's go with tomato red. Ooh, that's a little pink to it. You need a little orange. Yeah, a little bit of burnt orange. Hi, Amy Rose. I know I'm missing people coming in, but I gotta get stuff going here. I think I'm gonna need a little bit more cream and another kind of a yellow color. Let's put a little bit more of the desert sand out. And there's a little bit of hint of blue in there. So I think I'm going to want a little bit of hint of blue. So we'll get out a little bit of Prussian blue. And of course we'll have black and white. The bottom layer of paint's dry, so I can put other colors on top of the dried paint. This is how you build up your acrylic paint skins. Dee Dee, could I gesso the blank page first? Just I don't know why you'd want to. I don't know why you'd want to gesso it. Why would you want to gesso it if you're going to cover it all up? You're going to cover it up with napkins and paint. I'm not sure why you'd want to gesso, unless the paper's like, if you just want extra thickness. I don't know. I don't gesso anything, guys. I've gessoed some things just to show samples of what happens when you work on top of gesso, but I don't gesso anything. I figure the matte medium does everything for me. Okay, and then a little bit of black. But I might just use the blue rather than the black for my edges, but we'll see. I'll put a little bit extra blue out, maybe use blue for edging. All right, so here we go. All right, so that is the start of the colors that I want to use. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them off to the side here and paint them. And I'll water down the acrylic paint. Let's get a couple of brushes here. Get a small one and okay, this will probably be good. Let me get it wet. All right, let's see what we want to do. And then a lot of the painting, this stuff right here, it's not going to, I can do that when I glue it down. Okay, Jess. Okay, so let's have this girl be a little more on the light skin. So what I want to do, I have a little bit of water, not too much. I just don't want to lose the features. So I'm just going to base coat it with the acrylic paint, and then I'll go back in with some pencil to put in some details. I don't spend a lot of time. I'm not making these look like portraits. You can spend as much time as you want. The overall piece is what I'm going for here. Okay, so there's her little face. Okay. Let's do her. Hi, Gail. Congratulations again on winning Janet's scavenger hunt. Okay, just a little wash. And again, guys, if you want to do too many layers, you want to dry in between. This is just thin paper, right? It's just thin paper. Okay. Let me just go ahead and just do a little bit on the tree. It doesn't really matter because this is all going to get painted in when I go to paint it. I think I'll put some blue in her hair. Water that down. Okay. It's just a little bit because, again, we're going to paint after I glue it all in, we're going to paint. But the faces, I don't want the faces to be, what do you call it? Textured because I'm going to glue them on napkins. All right. If y'all have any questions, put in caps. Let's go back over to this one. Water down. Just to get it blocked in. Maybe she'll have a little red in her hair. Okay. Dee Dee, this always amazes because I can't imagine how we'll come together. You have to have a little faith, Great. Got to have a little faith. Okay, so I think she's going to be at the bottom where there's going to be a blue edge. So I think I'll put her. Let's add a little water. I think I'll put her in a little kind of a red. And maybe I do need a little bit of some kind of a yellowy color. Like a little bit of a yellow ochre. A little yellow ochre. I hope I'm not jiggling the camera too much every time I get up because I reach over to clean out my brush. Okay, so a little yellow ochre. Okay. So there we go. Got that as a base. Hi, Dot. All right, then back over to her. She will have blue in her dress. I always put out way too much paint. And then I have to end up using it in a desk journal. If y'all will remind me after we do this, I'll show you. I know a lot of you've already seen them. My desk journals. So if you have extra paint and all, and you want to make sure and not waste this paint, keep a desk journal handy. Most of you probably seen it, so if you've seen it, don't want to see it again, then you don't have to say yes. But yeah, if you want to see desk journals, I've got 10 of them at least. 10 journals at least I could show you. Okay, so there's a little bit of a base. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and dry this with the heat gun, my old faithful 20 to 25-year-old heat gun. All right, so let's, because then I want to pencil. So you have to have it dry before you can pencil. Okay, Crystal, and hi, by the way. Desk journals. You want to see desk journals, please? Okay, we'll do that after this. Someone remind me, because I get on 6 train tracks and I forget. Okay, so you want to make sure this is dry before you add pencil. All right, now I'll go ahead and dry this too. This my napkin journal here. Hi, Katie. Anybody else I'm missing? Lovely. Hi, Lovely. Holly D. Hi, Shy. Okay. So now let's go ahead and just take a little bit of pencil to their face. Dropped all these napkins. Hang on, guys. If I leave papers on the floor, I get up to run to do something, I slide up on the papers. So I can't leave paper on the floor. All you'll see is my feet going, woo! All right, so now let's get a couple skin tones here on my pencils. All right, here, let's get and I'm just kind of, I never really pick my number or color name. So this is mahogany. So I'm going to do this shaded part here a little bit. I'm not overdoing it, just a little. Okay, just a little. And her faces are kind of wonky. Like, look at the eyes. The eyes are not the same. This one, she's got them closed. But that's Juliette Crane's, like, her creature trademark, The roosters finally woke you up. You mean the roosters in our page? Okay, and then I'll just take a peach color to kind of blend. This is just to blend in the mahogany a little bit. Again, I don't spend a lot of time on any of the color book part, but you can take as much time as you want. Now, the only thing I want to tell you is I'm using acrylic paint, right? So when I glue these girls down, they're not going to, and the pencil, it's not going to smear. If you're going to use anything like watercolor, anything like that, you can't go back over it with water-based items. I don't know if that makes sense. You will smear it when you put it with matte medium. So unless you go out and spray it with a fixative or something, you can't put matte medium on top of, say, watercolor. Okay, let's say I did this in watercolor. You would just have to glue it on the back and make sure not to get anything to smear it on there, because it'll run if you do that. All right, so I'm just going to do a little bit of like that on the face, maybe a little bit in the eyes. Let me get a Sharpie pen and make her eyes. We can do these details after she's glued in. Okay, so that's pretty much all I need on her face, and the rest will get more paint as we go. Hi, Nana. Hi, Joan. Journey. I'm sure I'm missing some people. Katie. All right, so that's good enough there. That right there. Now let's do a little bit on her. Let's do a little bit more with maybe some oranger colors here. Maybe there's a shadow right there from her hair. Got a little bit of color to her face and a little bit more of a neutral. Let's go with cream color just to blend out the pencil. Remember, guys, put it in caps if you talk to me. But if you try to do this part, if you try to do the face and the skin after you glue it on top of napkins, it's going to look textured. Which that's okay if you want it to look that way. Okay, that's good. Okay, just a little bit of color on her face. All right, that's good. All right, so for now. Okay, so let's come back over here, move my paint. So now what I'm going to do, we've already glued down the roosters. These, remember, guys, we already peeled off the back. So she's going to go over here, right above this rooster. And she's going to go down here. And I think I want to tear out some of this excess flat page right there. I don't want it flat. I want that to be jaggedy. Thanks, everybody. Yeah, we got almost 200 people here. Thanks, guys, for all the thumbs up. And if you're here for the giveaway, that's okay. You might get inspired to try something while you're sitting here waiting for it. I don't care, guys. It's fine. All right. And then this one is going to be right on the edge, so that doesn't matter. But I do want to kind of make the top not straight. So that's going to kind of go right up in there. And then we're going to paint in everything else. Okay. All right. So now let's go back over here to my matte medium, which is squeezed out here. And again, I'm going to just start with this. We'll put a whole another layer of matte medium. Now on this, because it's not it's not a napkin, you can go on the back here now and put a layer of matte medium. If at all possible, put the matte medium on the back of the collage piece and on the substrate. Then I'm going to kind of, if it hangs over the edge, we'll just trim it off in a minute. Kind of like there. Okay. And now I'm going to glue this down. And I'll take a card. Just take a card and do it gently, though. You don't want to. Okay. So there we go. That's glued down. Let's do this little tree up here. And I am hurrying, guys, you know, to try to get as much done as possible. Don't feel like you got to rush through all this. You don't. Oh, wait, I want it that way. You don't have to rush through this. And that can connect too. We'll make those connect right there. You don't have to rush through the process. I just try to get as much done as we can on the show. There we go. All right, looking at chat, see if there's anything I need to see. Hi, lovely. Ashley said hi to Shy. Hey, Art Studio. Thanks, guys. Y'all chat amongst yourselves. Happy hump day. Where's Phil? I know Mark likes me to say Mark. Oh, okay. So okay, then she can go right down in here. Okay, and I'll smash this out. Now I think I'm done with the matte medium, so I want to put my brush back in the water. Like I said, my matte medium glue brushes They're the only brushes that sit in water. So I just take my baby wipe and get as much off as I can, and then it goes in a bucket of water. But don't leave your brushes in water, except a glue brush that's like old and crusty. Okay, so I'm done with this. So move that out of the way. Now I'm going to hit this with the heat gun. Hi, sister-in-law Ann with Nana Mo. Hi, welcome. Okay, I think that's good. All right, now I'm going to trim that little bit of overhang off right there. And we'll start painting. So again, I have papers behind it to protect it. Oh, thank you, Connie, for the $25 super chat. Good morning, love your art and stuff. Thank you, Connie. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thanks, guys. I appreciate super chats and PayPal tip jar. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. And again, I do try to, and if you ever not get an art card or a piece of art in the month that you give something to the channel, let me know. But if you want a piece of art or a card or some kind of print or something that I give out that month, make sure you email me your address. I do not give your addresses out to anybody. I don't add you to any email list or anything like that. It's just so I can thank you for supporting the channel. So thank you guys. All right, sip of juice here. Whoops. All right. Now, let's see. Got a couple of baby wipes at the ready to smear paint. So again, I've got the whole piece surrounded by paper so we don't glue our book shut. All right. I know, Connie. Connie's always so supportive. Thank you so much, Connie. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the napkin giveaways real quick before I get my hands all painted. How about that? So we're going to do 2. So the mods can get their cat herding britches on. Okay, that's my note to myself. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. Don't put any numbers in yet. When you see me type in go, when I type in go, put in a number between 1 and we'll do 175. Doesn't really matter because it's the first person. Okay, so we'll put in 1 to 175. And I got 2 little sets, and it'll be the first 2 people. The first 2 people closest to whatever random.org decides. So the first 2 people, I got 2 of each here. I got 2 of these, 2 of the roosters, and 2 of the birds. And I got another set exactly the same. 2 of the florals. Oh, there's 3. Let's take one out. 2 of the birds and 2 of the roosters. So the first 2 people that are closest to whatever random.org picks will get a set of the napkins. Gee, stay for 1 minute, G. You can win some napkins. Hey, G, stay 1 more minute. So remember, it's a number between 1 and 175. Let me get my Hubster's asking me about lunch. Hang on. Okay. Yes. That sounds good. Okay. Random.org. Hang on, guys. Random. Okay. All right, so I'll have it at the ready here. Whoops, let's turn down the lighting. Come back. There we go. Turn down the lighting. Okay, so I'm not putting any numbers in yet, right? There's the little box. I'll just put in between, I'll put 175. 175. Okay, so that's what we're going to go for, between 1 and 175. Okay, so get ready. I'll give y'all about a minute. Don't take too long. The first two people closest. All right, go. Closest without going over. The first two people closest without going over. Okay, we'll give the little, y'all the mods are gonna have to show those numbers. So if you put in a number and it says you got to show it, the mods will click the show. Don't worry about it. Your number will be there. If it just says show and hide, the mods will make sure your numbers show. Give them a minute. Just put in one number, everybody. One number. I don't know why it started doing that. I don't know. This is still the easiest way for a giveaway, guys. You should have seen it back on Ustream with the lag. Wah, wah. All right, get your numbers in. Get them in there, people. Get them in. I'm going to count it down. Quickly, quickly. The first two people that random.org picks will get a little set of napkins to try your own little napkin journaling project. But remember, take off the two back layers of white paper with the piece of tape, because it's not going to work if you have layers of napkin. Okay, I'm going to count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Get your numbers in there. Get them in. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm going to hit stop. Last call. It's going to stop. Okay, there we go. So here we go. Let's generate. The first two people closest to 85 without going over. 85 without going over. Okay. We'll get a little napkin set. Okay. And I let mods, I give them a minute. Don't talk for a minute, guys. Let them surge. Everybody can scroll back, but okay. And then we'll do that. Let me put in a test, make sure. Am I still here, guys? Did I knock myself off the channel? Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay. Somebody say something. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Thank you, Patricia. All right. Jeanette had 80. Okay. So Jeanette, I don't know if I know Jeanette. Okay. Jeanette had 80. Okay. Who else? I know there's a lot of people. So thank you. Great. Thank you, Shara. Okay. So Jeanette had 80. Kimberly S had 70. Kimberly S had 79. All right. Y'all double check. Y'all double check, because I want to be fair. Kimberly had 79. Okay. Are we right? Okay. So now what you two got to do, email me your address. Again, I don't give your address to anybody. Don't put you on any list or nothing. So if y'all email me your addresses, I will send you these little napkins. Thank you, Terry. All right, let me put these over here on the outgoing. All right, guys, that was fun. All right, so again, we're going to give away our color book here after a while. Hang loose. Hang loose. We got our color book that Melody sent us. I'd have it back there so it doesn't get paint on it. All right, so now the next thing is paint. All right, let's move these out of the way. All right. Cat toys, don't want to step on those. And okay. Hi, Marianne. Hi, all. Hi, Deborah. All right, guys. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start finger painting. All right, so I'm going to use these colors as a base. So what would I start? The first thing I do with the messy napkin, let me find a page that's done. Here's one that's done. All right, so you see how they're all painted in? All right, let's find another one. If y'all weren't here at the beginning when I showed. Okay, so now I use paint to start painting everything in. You're welcome, Jeanette. Send me your address so I can send it out to you. So here's some of the finished pages. Okay, all right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to start, and I picked all my colors already. The colors I chose are based off of the napkin. Now, instead of using black in this case, there's a lot of this dark blue, which I use the Prussian blue. It's almost like an indigo, a little less gray. Oh, thank you, Nanimo. All right, so I'm going to pick up a little of the blue, and I'm going to start blending in. Okay, so there's paper behind there so we don't glue our pages together. Okay. And it is kind of thick because I want to cover up all the white, right? And so it can take a minute to dry, but you can put it however you want. So can you see that? Then you can take a baby wipe and you can blend with the baby wipe. It'll go right over the napkin. Okay. While you got to do this while it's wet, obviously. So while the paint is wet, you can blend in. And if you get a little edge there, that's not, you've kind of picked it up, then go back over your little edge. And take as much time as you want, as long as you have to work with the wet paint. But yeah. Journey, these are from Juliette Crane's color books. I showed them earlier. And Terry did put links for them. So, all right. So I'm just starting with a little bit of blue. Now we can add more color on it. Right now, the point of what I'm trying to do now is get rid of all the background. Okay. After I add this blue, I can go back and put other colors on top. So let's just, right now, I'm just getting rid of the background. And while it's wet, take your baby wipe and you can blend anything you want to. And it can take a couple layers, so just be patient. Be patient, grasshopper. All right, so now I'm going to go up here. And again, I'll show you how this works. I put the paint on here, and then with the baby wipe, I can go over. And this is where I was talking about torn edges. Torn edges are much easier to blend than cut edges. And you start blending them in. You get your little more clean area here. So you're blending them right in. And it might take a couple layers. Okay, see how that's starting to blend her in? Okay. So let's just get some more paint on there. Because it's all covered with matte medium, to me, golden matte medium is like magic. Okay, let's get a little bit more paint up here, a little bit more up there, and we'll just keep adding as we go. Hi, Lynette. We're working in the napkin journal today. And then if it gets too much, just get you a clean one here. Okay, let's see. Let's pick up a little more here. Okay, go back to this one that has a lot of paint in it. All right, so there's our base. So we got it started. Okay, so now we've got rid of the background. That was the point of this part, is to get rid of all the background. Okay, still with the tour? All right, so there we go. There's a start. All right, now let me get some more baby wipes here. Clean my hands off a little. You can use a brush if you don't like to touch the paint. I just like to mash it all in really well. I just like it, you know. I just like getting my hands in the paint. All right, so the next thing I want to do is, I think I'll still go back with some more finger. Well, I'll just use my baby wipe here. So I'm going to use the baby wipe to pick up a little more, and I want darker edges. So as the paint dries, then you can add another layer, right? And just kind of feather it in. You can get more detail right in there with the brush, but we're going to have branches and all kinds of things in there. Okay. Thanks, Lynette. It's just fun, you know. All right. And then I'll try to remember to show you guys my desk journals that are kind of similar to this, where you just, but what you do in a desk journal is you add leftovers. Your desk journals are like leftovers. If you have leftover paint, leftover collage, leftover napkin, anything you want, you can just throw it into your napkin journal. So what this does is just, don't be afraid to go over any of the napkins. Right, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Don't be a-fearing. Maybe I'll have some little bit of water down on here. Some clouds at the top. We'll throw in a few stars, some branches. Okay, so there we go. There's our base. Thank you, Christine, for the $20 super chat. Happy hump day, hugs and purrs. Oh, hugs and purrs. Oh, thank you, Christine. Hugs and purrs. You're so sweet. Thanks, guys. Y'all are awesome. All right, let's hit this with the heat gun. Thank you, Christine. Oh, I think that's pretty good. Now that I've done the edges, I can take this out because I'm not going to, I won't be putting heavy paint or glue along the edges. Here's a little bit of the napkin that I can trim when we glued it down. Just overhanging. All right, next is some details. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some stars here first. All right, let's get a little bucket of stars going. Again, the paint's dry in here. Hopefully that's dried. So I can just put some white paint, watered down white paint. Squirt out a little water and a floppy brush. Let's see. Just use any kind of floppy brush. All right, so let's kind of get that watered down like ink, and then kind of tap it off here first because it's going to be thick. And we're going to throw on some stars. And we're going to put some branches and flowers, water. I'm going to go over the moon and put some glow around the moon. But start with this. And any place you get, your stars where you don't want them, while they're wet, just wipe them off. It's too much right there. Some of this, I think I'm going to put some water down here. So some of this might be water splash. And you can always, if you paint over too many of them, you can go back and add them again. I just like to, it just feels like it starts to get cohesive, right? Okay. My journal page turned out great. Thank you for the art inspiration. You're welcome, Ashley. Okay. Let me clean this brush. All right. Now let's hit that with the heat gun. Hi, Julie. Wonderful Wednesday to you, too. Okay, they're probably not 100% dry, but we're going to move on. Adding other stuff like trees, you would have stopped here. No, we're not stopping yet. Not stopping yet. Okay, so now let's go ahead and get in here and let's just see. Let's pick up a couple of colors, 2 or 3 colors on the brush. Okay, and now we're going to try to start thinking about our brand. That's 2. It needs a little bit more dark. I need a couple colors in there. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just get it where I want it and start adding branches. And just change the colors as you go. Some lighter, some darker. Oh, can y'all see? Some will be thicker right up in here, and then they get thinner as they get down to the edge. You can add little leaves in here. We might add some orange leaves or something. Yeah, it's a little too thick right there. So while it's wet, just wipe it away. And at the little side of the angle or the flat brush here. Okay, so let's just put a few little sticks and stalks and stuff because we can add some leaves to it. Thanks, guys. Yeah, it's not you just got to not be afraid. Just play with it. Just whatever you think's in your head. Okay, well, I think these leaves and stuff got to go this way. Then just try it. You won't get better at it if you don't try. If you go, oh, I don't think I can draw a leaf, then you'll never draw a leaf. You'll never draw one. You can't be you can't be afraid of it because then you'll never try, right? And this is going to connect to this page. And then this branch is going to go right off. See, this was where the page ended right there. But that doesn't mean we have to end it there. And then this one can come right over. So a little yellow in there. And just have them different colors, some lighter, some darker. Just pick up some one color and then pick up another. Maybe his feathers need to come down. Maybe he needs bigger feathers. Add a couple there. Let's add a little more light to them. Oops, picked up black. Let's go over here on this side. We're going to add some clouds or some mist or something, maybe some clouds, some water at the bottom. You know, those are things I like, but you can add whatever you like, you know. If you like daytime skies, then do more day. Just kind of adding a little bit more light to the side of the tree there. I think I'll leave that little bit of farmer's market kind of cutting in the tree there. Okay, so now I'm going to come down here. Into her. And you know, you really do want to take your time on this and kind of just relax and look at it and, you know, get in the zone, you know, get into a world. Let's get a little bit more blue in her hair there. Okay. And then I want to I put some glow around them. Because there's matte medium and acrylic paint, pencil will go over that. I'm afraid every time I open a book, but I keep opening the book. Oh, golly. Okay. All right. So now I think let's just go ahead and maybe there's a little bit more, some yellow, because I got the yellow ochre, and a little bit of blue is still on my brush. So that's kind of fading that into that green right in there. So you just got to kind of go back and forth. There's maybe a little bit of the color there, a little bit more blue right there. And you just start blending everything in. If you get too much or you want to blend it out a little, then just, you know, go in there with your baby white. But I'm going to add pencil here in a little bit. So, thank you, Becky. I love this journal. None of these fancy napkins we have where I live. Yeah, you'd be surprised. You don't have any kind of party stores, Barbara? Do you have a Walmart? Do you have a Target? Do you have a Tuesday Morning, Party City, Dollar Store? None of those stores? Okay, so let's see. What else do I want to do here? I think I want a little bit more lightness on these branches here. there we go. A little bit more white there on that branch. Same thing, I could do more up here. Give a little bit more oomph. Okay, I'm going to pick up some white in the moon. Again, I'm going to go in here with pencil. I think I'll do this in my magazine journal. Yeah, you could have napkins in your magazine journal. Here's the thing, and I said it earlier. The thing about using napkins, you need a white or light base. Remember where I showed y'all when I peeled off the napkin and put it on a dark background, it loses all its color. So, okay, I like the moon there, and maybe that can be like maybe I'll do the sun like over here. Well, it could be some planets too. We could put planets in here. Let's put a little orange in that. Thank you. All right, and then this flower right here, it could be a planet too, I think. I think that needs to be a planet. Let's go ahead and add a little. And now I'm going to put glow around it so it doesn't have to be perfectly circular right now. Okay. All right, let's see. And let's add a little bit more. Let's add a little bit more to her collar here, maybe. A little bit more to these little leaves. Just a little more color to those. You could add a couple more if you wanted. These little, I don't know what they are on their sleeves. She could have little butterflies there, something. A little button there. Maybe a little stripe in her shirt. Whoops. We have a giveaway. Yes, color. We already gave away 2 napkin sets earlier, and now we're going to give away the book Melody sent us. All right, let's see. What else do I want to add here? Let's carry this over here. And you just kind of look for shapes and objects and different things you want to add. You can make this blue and this orange kind of have some landscape in here. And you just keep going wherever you feel like you want to see. And again, if I cover up too many stars, I'll just go back and throw on some more. Bye, Patricia. Have a good day. Thank you. Thanks for stopping in. Oop, picked up a blob of something. Thank you, great. You just have to, we have a whole book here that we've been working on for a few years. You gotta do some, wishing and hoping and It won't, you can't, you got to just do it. Just do it. Just kind of going around the edge. Be careful though, don't get it too thick going over the lip because you'll stick your pages together. Or just make sure you leave your paper until you're completely done. You can do it. You can do it, color. Follow all the steps I just did. Did that rooster on the left lay an egg? The rooster on the left. You're right. I'm not sure which rooster because it's opposite, Terry. What you're seeing is opposite of what I'm seeing. This rooster lay an egg or this rooster lay an egg? Oh, okay. So we got a little bit of the blue in there. Let me clean my brush. I mostly clean my brush on the baby wipe, but it gets really thick in the brush sometimes. Got to really wash it out. Okay. Now I think I want to add a little bit of just maybe, let's just go in here with some orange and the burnt orange and the yellow ochre. And maybe just add, I don't know, maybe add just a few little, I don't know, dots of some more flowers kind of trickling down along the edge here. And I'm going to put water over some of this. So just give it a little bit more brightness down here. And I'm using the colors that are in the napkin, so it blends. Put sneakers on my imagine. Oh, I thought, Bob, I thought you were going to say put sneakers on the chicken. I was going to go, okay, we can do that. I was like, okay, Bob, sneakers on the chicken. It is. Oh my gosh, guys, I really wanted to do the scroll today, but let me make a note of that. I have to get another shipping roll, shipping paper, because I thought I had a whole roll of shipping paper to do on the scroll, and I totally did not have any. I mean, I had one little tiny piece that was all like at the very end. So yeah. So when we add things on the drawings that we do on the scroll, that is so fun. You know, we'll add sneakers on anything. Scroll emergency, yes. Yes, Julie, scroll emergency. That is so true. Okay, so let's just get a little bit more. Just kind of, make a little ground right there. So are you talking about this that looks like an egg? It could be an egg. Let's make, well, you all want to make it an egg? Okay, we can make it an egg. This could be a little nest. Her hair could be a little bit of a nest. We could add some little branches. She could have a little, and y'all know you know how, what's the saying goes? You can't stop a bird from flying over your head, but you can stop it from building a nest in your hair. Just put some like straw things, kind of. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. See another egg in the tree above the other rooster. Another egg in the tree. This thing, I've turned that into a planet or some kind of moon or something. We're gonna add some pencil to some of this. Is this the, is it, that's not an egg, Terry. Is it Terry? Oh, no. It goes by so fast. As long as I can keep from pooping on my head. Yeah, these are, I'm going to go around both of these with pencil here in a minute. Okay. I think we gotta keep moving along, guys. All right, let's do a little more. I need a little bit of water in that. I need to water that down just a little. So you just gotta keep blending. And then this one's gonna have a water here, but this, I see a sharp edge right there. We got to get rid of that. And then this can be kind of blended in. Okay, something like that. Now let's clean the brush. And let's go back to some rooster feathers here. And a few extras. And you just play as much as you want. Lurking with the, okay, Marie. Okay, and then this one over here, he might need some feathers coming up this way. Let's carry these around. Right in the ditch there. Got a little bit of napkin needs to lay down. Okay, I think that'll be good for now. Let's go ahead and do maybe some pasta. Let me dry this, guys. We're going to put some water and we're going to put some clouds. Yeah. You're talking about Mimi, Connie. All right, let's see. Let's get a brown pasta. And where's my white pasta? Let's see how the brown looks on here. It shows up. Yeah, it shows up. Get some nice thin twigs on the end here. You could do this with a thin, a thin paintbrush too. Just adding an extra little bit of branches. Come on, guys. Let me get this on here now. Look, check chat. Eggs everywhere. A couple more sticks in the. Okay, that's good. Now let's dry it and we'll add some mist and water and some glow. Calling out Mimi, yeah. I don't know if I could put my hands right on Mimi. I'd love to show y'all Mimi again. Hang on. Let's see. See if I can find Mimi in a flip. Right. I was hoping I could just flip right to her, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. Oh, but wait, I do have another thing to show you. Here, a napkin poster. I did come across a napkin poster. It's a little flashy out, but yeah, this is a napkin poster we did a while back with the color book and the stickles and a little bit of collage. But this is napkins in the background, guys. I think I will branch out and give this a go, but I should count my chickens and all that to the basket. Oh my gosh. Oh, so yeah, this is some color book page girls, a little bit of collage, and then napkins. Try to go across it here so you can see the whole thing. So it's just bigger. I just came across Mermazing. Came across this looking for I didn't find Mimi though. But yeah. Let me show you. Let me take a picture real quick, guys. Let me move the cat toy. Hang on. I'll take a picture of this real quick. And then let me take a picture of this up here. Hang on. All right, hang on. I'll show you what I have to dig through. Whoops, camera, going the wrong way. Let's go this way. Okay, so it's probably not going to show up very well, but we'll try. Okay, so this is under a table over on my, let's see, done. To my right over here, this table right here. Under this table right here, look, this is all artwork. Artwork, and all up under there. This is all portfolios and artwork, and you can't even see it. It goes all the way to the back of the wall. It's just really dark under there. And then there's stacks of paintings back here. It's just tons. I got tons of stuff up under that table. And then over here, this is what I was talking about. Let me crop this down. Get the window off of there. Right next to me are all my rolls of artwork. Here's all my rolls of art and papers and stuff. So yeah, I got lots to go. I gotta clean it up somehow. And I showed you all my shelves. I already showed you my art journaling art shelves full of art journals. Oh no, I'm not going to sell them. If sometimes I make pick prints out of things, but I'm not selling like my art journals. You know, Yeah, this is for you guys. All right, so now, did I dry that? I don't remember. Let's hit it again. Oh yeah, Denise would clean it up for me. She'd have it in the trash. Well, she wouldn't have my artwork in the trash. She wouldn't throw away any of my artwork. She'd just throw away everything that I used to make the artwork. Okay, so now let's go ahead and let's do a little bit of glow. Here, let me get a blue. Let's see what color blue. This one. Probably this one. That might not be light enough. No. I'd have to go with light blue, or even white. Let's try one of these two. Yeah, there we go. So because this has acrylic paint on it, you can go right over it. See, and put a glow around her. Yeah, the art closet. That art closet, I haven't. That's got stuff in it that's really old. I mean, like from when I was a teenager. I pulled out some of that art way before I started doing YouTube. Probably the first year that I was on Ustream, I pulled some of that art out about 8 years ago, and I haven't been in that closet since. Well, I shouldn't say that. I haven't pulled anything out of that closet. I've been in it because I store other things in it. But oh my gosh. Now virtual museum, that would be fun. But that would take a lot of time, guys. I'd have to stop streaming to have time to do that. Yeah, it has been ages, hasn't it, Julie? Okay, so let's see. Let's make this a little. Kind of like a little halo glow around her, like. Same thing for her. She's going to be down here in the water. She's going to be up in the air, in the mist. So. Can get behind the branch there. Bye, Shaw. Oh, bye. Hi, bye, Shauna. Thanks for stopping in. And then anything else that you want to, like, let's say maybe the little roosters need some little crowns. Let's go with some gold. Maybe gold gel pen. I don't know. Red. Oh, yeah. Let's see if we can a red gel pen will show up. Let's see. A red gel pen, maybe. I don't know about the sparkle. This is kind of pink. I noticed that pink, that's more of a pink. Let's see here. Let's make a red and gold little crown on all the little roosters. So you can get as little tiny detail as you want. We usually don't have time to get too much into the tiny, but we'll add a little bit. After we get done, let's see what time is it. About 11. At 11, which is about 15 minutes, we will do the Melody book giveaway. Okay, 15 minutes. All right, so there, and that's still wet. So, but I might want some gold on there too. Let's see. I won't be able to see much of that unless I tilt it, but in just a minute. Do these planets too with some pencil. There we go. You can see that one right there. So he's got his little glow around his crown. We want, oh, Hubster, when are you and Hubster going to do? We probably won't color again, guys. I mean, he was humoring me. He did like the Western. The only reason he did that, guys, is because it was a Western. That's why he did it. But we do have a couple other things that we have planned. It's just getting the time, and it has to be on a weekend because he's not home during the day. I mean, he comes home for lunch, but he's if we did any streaming, it'd have to be on a Saturday or a Sunday. So we just will have to record because there's so many streamers, guys. So, but we want to show how to play the gin rummy game, Liverpool Gin. It's a gin rummy. We want to show you guys how to play that game. It's been in his family for as long as he can remember. He says the game's been around for 70, in his family, at least like 70 years. That will show you how to play Liverpool Gin. And then the other thing he wants to do, he said this is something he wants to do. He will do book talks, like on some of the, he didn't figure history would be that interesting, but he figured Hollywood movie star books that he's read, biographies, he will talk about those. Yeah. So he'll probably do some book reviews, or we'll do a show where we do the what do you call it? The Liverpool Gin game. Yeah, it's called Liverpool Gin. It's a gin rummy game. Yeah, there's thousands of those. Well, probably hundreds anyway. So Terry, it might be similar, and there's probably similarities to all of them. But all right, so now let me go ahead and get a couple more pencils for the little planets and the moon here. Let's go. Let me sharpen this white pencil. Here we go. Book reviews, yeah. Well, I don't even know if they would be a review of the book. He'd probably talk a little bit. He'd probably talk about the subject, if he did, a movie star, the old Hollywood. That's what he likes, the old Hollywood. All right, so let's. I'll probably put more of this on here when I do the white fog, the mist. We'll mist that with paint. Okay, so now let's see. Let's put a little bit more. Let's see the color. Let's see if that's dark, and that's not dark enough. But yeah, we'll get them back on here. We'll get them back on again. We had a lot of fun with the color book. If y'all missed it, Hubster and I colored in the Western color book that Dev enabled. Let me see, where's our pictures? So it's out of this book. So he loves his Westerns, and he talked pretty much about every actor in here while we were coloring. But these are the 2 pages, and I cut them out and mounted them on some black cardstock. So here's the one he did. All that we only use Copics. Well, we did use a little bit of gold gel pen. There's a little bit of gold gel pen there. But so this was his first time ever using Copics, or coloring for that matter. So he did this one, and mine's my Walter Brennan. I didn't finish the background yet, but there's my Walter Brennan, and here's his Lee Van Cleef. So yeah, we did a show where we colored in Copics with these 2 out of the Western Screen Legends. It was fun. Okay, so let's finish this baby up so we can do our giveaway, and then I'll show you some desk journals for a little bit. I like when you and Hubster do lives together. Yeah, it's hard for us to do lives together. The one where we did the color book, that was just a recording. It was just me and him. So, all right, let's see here. Okay, and then I'll fix the moon here with let me do a little bit of Posca work. Where's my Posca here? Let's fix the moon a little more. Round. All right. Did he did? Yeah, he did. He's a trooper. Okay, so let's see. Let's move this. Let's hit this with the heat gun just to make sure that Posca's dry. And I can keep going, guys. I could add more in the branches. As a matter of fact, I think I will take. Let me do one more thing. Let's get a little bit of a oranger color. Let's see. I might just add a little bit more orange to these branches. Just to have a little bit more orange in there because the orange in the napkins, you know. So let's just add a few more hints of orange. Bye, Shauna. Shauna, do you want to stay for the giveaway? Can you? I'm going to do the giveaway from the book that Melody sent. Just a few minutes. Thanks for all the thumbs up, guys. All right, so I'm just going to kind of scumble around here with a little bit of orange. We'll do some water and some mist with the baby wipe. Okay, that's good. All right. So now what I do, and I'm going to get a clean baby wipe. Essence of orange. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I don't want the watered down. This is our bucket of stars. That's watered down. I want the thick white paint. So what I do is I get a blob of the white paint on a baby wipe and I mash it in. I mash it into the baby wipe, really mash it in. I might have to do it a couple of times and depending on how bright you want it. So we're going to start down here at the bottom with a little bit of water, okay? So what I'm just going to do is with the baby wipe, I'm just going to kind of add a little bit of water here. And you're just kind of dragging the baby wipe, okay? Might have to, and you're going over rough napkins, so you got to kind of consider that too. And then get a clean spot and then kind of, blend it in wherever you want. Got to do this while it's wet. Do the blending and the feathering. Maybe there's a little bit coming up behind her. Not that much. Okay, so a little bit of water down there. And then when you can add some more, splatter of water droplets or whatever. And just kind of blend it in. And take more time, guys. Take your time. Okay, so now I want to do mist up, some clouds and mist up here. So you mash it in into your baby wipe. All right, so now we're going to decide where we want the mist to come across. Okay, so I think I want it to come right over the top of this. Maybe a little bit in between some of these trees. And while it's wet, you got to do it while it's wet. Find another spot on the baby wipe that's clean and mist it, kind of feather it out. Then you got to kind of start over again. Okay. Saw Kirby having new color book coming in November. Yeah, I did hear about that, Lynette. I don't know. I haven't seen anything of it. Just people talking about it. But it's not going to be a Morphia book, from what I understand. I don't think he's. I think he's done with the Morphia books. And then we'll have some coming from this way. You could have some coming behind the trees, over the trees. And I do this in my color books too. Now, you got to be brave. Like whenever you do this in a color book, because there's no going back. You can't, you go over your color book pages like this, you can't get rid of it. Right? So if you paint over your color book pages, it's there. Let's put a little more coming across her face. That's probably why she has her eyes closed. Okay, and then around this moon here, I wanted it to be. And see, it's always a problem when it's in the ditch. Let's get a clean spot here. Gotta work it when it's there. Claire posted about sounds awesome. So maybe this bit comes into the moon and out. And you could go back, more around your moons here with more paint, give them more glow. Something like that. And this is dry now. We can add another layer of water. Add some detail with a Posca if you wanted. So something like that. I think we'll call that one done. Let me sign it because I'll post it later. This is, I think, our first one for 2019. I think I want a little bit more sparkle of the stars. So let's go ahead and add just a little bit more water back in our bucket of stars. And especially over the top of the water. Something like that. All righty. Let's move all this paint out of the way. Thanks, Terry. I know you like the napkin journal. So there we go, guys. And again, we use the Juliette Crane. Let me find my books. Where I put them. Threw them over to the side somewhere. Where did I put them? Well, here they are. These are the two books that I use in this in my napkin journal the most. Well, let's move that one away. Big Monster and Whimsical Animals. That's really the only time I use these is in this book. But they're really fun. Okay, so Let me hit this with the heat gun real quick. Thanks, Terry. Pick some of this stuff up. Ugh. Make some room. I don't want any paint here when I'm doing the book giveaway. And I'll take a picture of it and post it on Twitter and Instagram and all that. I don't seal these, Malie. I don't seal these. You can if you want. If I seal them, it's just with some Ceram coat, gloss, indoor, outdoor, water-based varnish. But I don't think I've ever sealed any of these or varnished any of them. I varnish my abandoned books, my mixed media collage books. I do varnish those. Not every time, because I just don't every time. I finish them faster than I can varnish them, because I leave them open overnight. If you varnish anything, I would recommend leaving it open overnight. And I never have had this varnish stick. Yeah. This is what I use. Now there's other varnishes too, guys. Just use a water base. This is gloss exterior interior Delta Ceram coat. All right, so I'm going to set this aside, and I'll take pictures of it after a while and post it. I gotta clean up all these posters and stuff. Okay, the book. All right, so I have this color book that I've been working in, and Melody sent us the little ribbon is off the cover there. Melody sent us another copy of it. I'm not, of course, obviously not going to unwrap it, but this is what we're going to give away. This is our Wednesday, the first Wednesday of the month book giveaway. And although we did give a book away on Monday as well, my thing that I want to do is have one book a month of the first Wednesday of the month. And so we're going to give away this. Let me show you what I've been working in mine. Now, how it works again, guys. And if you see that your number, when you put in a number and it says hide or show, I forget what it says, the mods will click that. Your number will show up. The mods see that. It comes up in a big box, right? It comes up in a big box, so the mods will unclick the hiding of your number if that happens. So don't freak out and put it in again. You don't need to do that. The mods will unhide it, right? Okay, so this is the one that I've been working in. I haven't got too much done. I got this page done, and it's got some stickles on it, as you can see. And only a couple things have I done. And I got this one done. Again, lots of stickles on this one. And I did post pictures of these guys on all my social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. So I did finish this one. And I did finish this one, not this side, but just this side. And this one I used drops of pearl. What is it? The liquid pearl. There we go. Liquid pearl. I use liquid pearls on this one. So you can see the liquid pearls there. Now, here's the thing about using something like liquid pearls. That makes it bumpy. So if I was going to do something, there's nothing on the back side of this one. But if I was going to do the next page, you have to cushion this. Cushion this with a few sheets of paper, because otherwise when you go to do this side, you're going to pick up the bumps. You're going to pick up that. Is very textured, guys. The pearl, the stickles is textured as well, but not as bumpy as the pearl. So if you decide to put stickles or liquid pearls or anything like that on your page, you have to make sure and cushion it well if you do this side or the next page over, right? Don't get a big bumpy mess. So anyway, I have done a flip of this book. I'll just kind of randomly flip it here a little bit just so you can see what's in it. It's a stunning book, guys, and it's not an inexpensive book. You'll probably pay $30 or a little bit more with the shipping. It does come from Korea and it does take about a month. So if you order this from Cool Craft or 70 East, if you order it from one of those places, it's going to probably take a month. Don't be surprised. You won't, don't freak out if it takes a month because and they are beautiful and they come wrapped stunningly. So I'm just doing a little bit just so you can kind of see. It's a beautiful book. And so when I found out through watching one of Sammy's shows, when I found out that there's also an art book, again, the art book's not cheap, but I bought myself the art book by the artist, the G-U-G, how do you say it? G-U-G-E-L-I. This is the art book, and it is stunning, guys. It comes with a miniature of the book I just showed you and some bookmarks and other things, but it's all the art, okay? Yeah, the water is like, thanks, Kathy, it's like watercolory paper. It's like cottony paper. This is the artist art book. Oh, it smells so good. I can smell it. I love the smell of books. Let's show that page. Look at that. So this is the artist. Terry, I don't know if I don't want to say I wouldn't trust AliExpress. I don't know. I don't know. That's just me. I would go with Etsy, Cool Craft, or with 70 East. Yeah, I know, Terry. Thank you. So yeah. Not saying that there's anything wrong with them with it. It's just that I would have to see somebody that got their book from them first, Terry, whereas I know people have got them from Cool Craft and 70 East on Etsy. You did? Okay. So Color with Canvas got with Fantasia from AliExpress with no issues. Okay. So anyway, this is the art book. There's no coloring in this. This is all the art. Okay. And it comes just wrapped so nice. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful book. Okay. So let's go back now. Again, I just want to recommend places. If you're going to order from overseas, I would just want to know that it's from somewhere that I know has had a good reputation for getting their books, even though it takes a while. Cool Craft and 70 East on Etsy. Okay, so that's the book that's wrapped up in here. And Melody is the one that, and she hopefully Melody's asleep because she's like, it's about midnight where she is. So, okay, so again, we're going to do the same thing. When I type in go, okay, we're going to do between 1 and 200. Okay, because we got more people here now. Between 1 and 200. Let me get over here to don't put any numbers in yet. Wait till I type in go. Wait till I type in go. So I'm going to go back over to my random and put in 200 instead of 175. Okay, so there's the old result. That was one from the last drawing. I'm going to regenerate a new number here in a minute. Okay, we're going to regenerate a new number. When I type in go, put in a number between 1 and 200. If it looks like your number is hidden, the mods will unclick the hide. I don't know why it does that, but it does on some times. And they'll unclick it. Your number will show up. The first person closest to the random.org number without going over. Okay, without going over. And I'll ship it international. But here's the thing, if I ship it international, guys, I have no way of tracking it. I'll ship it and we cross our fingers and hope for the best. Okay. If it's in the US, I put it in a trackable what do you call it? Priority mail. I put it in a priority mail if it's in the U.S., but it costs more for me to ship it than for you to buy it. So we hope for the best if we ship international. So far, I've not had any books lost that I know of that I've done in giveaways. So there we go. There's all the rules. One number only, guys. Okay. And I'll give you an extra minute for it. Okay. One number only. And if your number looks like it has a hide on it, the mods will show all those numbers. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. The mods will go and click, 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 all those numbers. It's just that it's going so fast. I think that's why it does it. So the mods will go and show your number. Do not freak out. Okay? Don't panic. So we'll give it a minute. We'll give it a minute. And then I'll count down. And one number only, guys. Let me pick up some of my stuff here while y'all are putting in numbers. So thank you again, Miss Melody, for your generous gifting of nice books for us to do giveaways. And other people do as well. So everybody get in there one number. Okay. Don't dilly-dally, because once I type in stop, that's it. Okay. So I'll give it another minute. Give it another minute for the mods to go and unrelease numbers. I don't know why. I think it's just because it goes so fast. All right, let me put away some of these paints while we're sitting here. All righty. And I hope everybody enjoyed the napkin journal. I am going to pull down off the shelf a few of my desk journals for a few minutes after we do this, so you can see what you can do with just leftovers. I had a picture of my whole shelf over there, but I think I deleted it because I didn't need it. So, all right. So I'm going to count down. All right. Get your number in. Last call for a number. Last call for a number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Get them in there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Okay, here we go. You're going to generate a new number. That was from the last book that we gave away earlier. Okay, so we're going to generate a new number between 1 and 200. 132. 132. The closest to 132 without going over. And everybody can go look, and I wait for at least 2 mods to tell me that that's the case. 132. So the first person closest without going over. Okay, there's 1 mod confirmed 1. I got to get at least 2 mods to confirm to me. Aw. Okay, we got 1 mod, said 1 person. Let's wait and make sure. Anna P. Okay, Anna P. I think you're new. I've never seen you before. Thanks for being here. Anna P. Okay, I got 3 or 4 people saying. So Anna P, I'll wait till she sees. Yeah, so email me your address, Anna P. Email, one of the mods will give you my email, okay? Email me your address, and I will send this out. All my emails, all my happy mails going out Saturday. So it's going out Saturday. Okay. So let's see. I got piles here. Let's put this over here. And the little napkins. So we did do a couple of napkin giveaways as well. So let's put this on Anna's book. Okay, now I'll pull down, let me throw a pin over there. Let me pull down a couple of my some of my desk journals to show you, and then we'll call it a day. See, this one's been deconstructed. I will deconstruct a journal in a heartbeat, I have to say. Let's see, maybe this one. Oh, I think this is enough. We won't get through these. I've got 2 or 3 more. 2 or 3 more desk journals. And I also have other desk journals that I've made. Just out of, let me show you one of those. I won't go through this one, it'll be too much, but this is one I made. This is a rubber band. This one's a rubber band desk journal. Let's see, I think I need to zoom out if I'm zoomed in at all. So, oh, thanks, Terry. Thanks for being here. Got to go? Wait, Terry. Got to say bye to our cougar. Let me get over to my soundboard. Where's my soundboard? Here we go. Let's turn up the volume. Okay, so I got to say bye to Terry. Bye, Terry. Okay, so we'll just spend a few. You're welcome. We're just going to spend about 15 minutes. I'm not going to take too long. And we'll cut it off right around 3 hours, which is what I like to do. But these are all different journals. Oh, I was going to zoom out. Okay, so these are all different journals that I have used over the years for desk journals. Ooh, that got really bright. I might have to turn off. Hang on, guys. Let's see if I can. There we go. It's still a little bright, but there we go. Too much. I do have fun with the soundboard. And guys, it's a free app. It's called Soundboard, and it just looks like here. This is what it looks like. It's just got tons of different. And you can buy more, but there's plenty on there for free. So, all right. So I want to show you a couple things. These are journals that I haven't bought one of these for a few years. Okay. But they are from Barnes & Noble. They're leather journals from Italy, and they're about $40. But if you only use one a year, they really are nice to feel and use as a desk journal for a year. And so these are different ones that I've had over the years, and I'll kind of flip through a couple of them here to show you how you use. And this one's only used half. These two, I guess I had a lot of desk journaling this year. And then I also can show you how to make one like this. Now this one is huge, and you can make one. You can make it. Of course, y'all know you can make journals out of anything, or you can just use a composition book, right? So you never have to feel like you have to buy expensive books. But at the time I was using these, I was buying one a year, and I was using them pretty using them up. This is just a cardboard or a chipboard cover, duct tape spine, and all the signatures are held in with rubber bands. Okay. It's just a rubber band journal. Now you can also, instead of using rubber bands, which will deteriorate over time, you can use the stretchy string. Let's see if I have any handy here. You can use, here we go. You can use this stuff, and mine's a big wad here. I've got a couple different ones. You can use this stretchy string stuff that you get in the jewelry department at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Joann's. And it's just elastic. It's just prettier. You can double it, You can double it and make it a little thicker so it shows up a little better. But this stuff's really inexpensive. You get 12. I think this one had 6 colors on this one. And so you can use that in lieu of rubber bands, which will deteriorate. Okay. And I also use that for my travelers, although with the travelers, I buy it in black. Okay, so you can just get elastic cording, or in the jewelry department or the sewing department, just elastic. Okay. And use it, you could use a traveler's. The thing about a traveler's is when you're using your traveler's notebooks, they're more, I don't know, I have more writing type, and it's just not really, for me, it's just not conducive for throwing paint in like this, And all this is, guys, is copy paper. This is just copy paper, thin copy paper. Now there might be a couple tip ins, but so what you do in a desk journal is it's a journal where you throw your excess paint in and scrape it in. So for instance, what we use today, let me get that. Got a little paint on the bottom there. Let me get a card here. And let me wipe off the bottom of this so I don't set it down and make a mess. Okay. So like what we use today. So what you do is, like, let's say you have, this was some extra collage. Well, I'll do this in a minute because I can't close the book. I can't close the book once I paint in it. You got to let it dry, right? But if you have extra collage, extra magazine, here was some extra, I think this was some deli paper, leftover deli paper. And there's just, whatever you have left over, it's all just leftovers. And you just, extra, after using a stencil, there's still paint on the stencil or there's still ink on it. Smash it in here. Just extra paint, whatever. Extra, and then later you can go in here and doodle on top. It's kind of like this, what you do with the Smack and Dragon journal. After you have, you just have some pages here, then you can go and see like all this. This is all play on top of what I had glued down. I don't remember if that might be a napkin right there. This is more deli paper. Bye, Gary. Thanks for stopping in. Oh, thank you for this. You're welcome, Coloring with D. And then you can write, draw, journal, doodle. Let me get a white pencil. You can play. I can't reach it. Play. Pencil writes awesome over acrylic paint. So let's see here. So it's just all, I don't know that I have too much in this one. Here's one that I glued down this castle, and then just painted in some little people there. And thank you, Gary. Let's see. Here's another one with some more done on it with paint. I'm trying to find some that has something on them. Little face there. Stencil left over. So this is all the same type of thing, okay? It's just this is a bigger one with rubber bands. All right, so I'll paint in one of the other ones. I'll paint in one of the. I'll use this up in one of these. All right, so just so that you can see that this one's from 2012. This one is from, I'm not sure what that one's from. This one's 12. So I usually date them in the front. This is 11. This was 2011, 12. Let's see, what was this one? So I got my phone number and stuff in the front. I want to make sure I don't show all that. So I'm not sure. I think this one was 10. I'm not sure. Okay, so in no particular order. Bye, Karen. All right, so again, I'm going to have to kind of take a little peek ahead so that I don't show anything. Okay, so here's an example. This was leftover blue and green paint. So I scraped it down. Then I had some leftover collage. This is a piece out of a magazine, just says lost. I think I was going to do lost, if lost, and then my name and address here. So I don't take these anywhere. Here's a little Disney princess, and you can draw lines and make it into a journal. Bye, Lynette. Thanks everybody for popping in. I know a lot of y'all have seen these a lot. This one I did a border, but it's leftovers, guys. It's leftover. Here's this is an old picture of my mother-in-law when she was 2 or 3. I've used her this picture in lots of ATCs. So, hi Bonnie, by the way. So I'm just gonna I'm kind of peeking, guys, because some of it's I don't want my address, and this one has a lot of like just paint, lines, doodles, collage, and then you can go back and play in it whatever you want and finish them. I don't use these for really writing. I don't really journal in these. For me, it's more about the process of using stuff up. I have my travelers, my 3-ring binders. I have other places that I write, journal in. So these aren't really journaling books. But they're a way to use up. They're a way to use up your stuff. You're welcome, Becky. Thank you. Let's see. Like this is a leftover punch something out. So I had the little circles left over. What else do we have in here? So it's using up your collage, using up your paint. Getting, just some more ideas. Let's see. See, all this is all scraped paint, leftover paint, like what we have left over from today. So we'll do something on there. Okay, so anyway, there's one. I'm just going to kind of flip through some. Let's make sure there's no addresses showing here. Okay. So some of these I've added more to them, If you wanted to journal, you mean like writing? Depending on what kind of journal, Cheryl. If you mean a writing journal, a mixed media, a collage, or what kind of journal? You have to tell me what kind of journal. For writing, I use my travelers notebooks, and my 3-ring binders. My 3-ring binders are what I use for my Society Idea collectors. Like, let me find them. I've got a bunch of them. And I put, this is the one where I put Mary Altier's art on the cover of this. This is one of my collecting. This is one of my, well, no, this one is my my little stuff to collect. Hang on, let me get that. So I have, here's one of my my Society of Idea collecting notebooks with tabs in there. Then I have this one. Hang on, let me get it. This one I've turned into, this is the one from Zandra's shop. This is my new quote journal. She meant to write over the art. What journal to write over the art? You mean what kind of pen? I'm sorry, I'm not understanding the question then. We got our Smack and Dragon type journals. We got these kind of Smack and Dragon journals. But I have different journals for different purposes. But if I just want to journal, note take, if I'm reading books, if I'm reading a history book and annotating and writing notes, I might use a couple different ones. Either a Traveler's, which I have about 6, or I would use like my Beast. This is like my information gathering. When you paint in those, the things you stick are, yeah, I glue them in. And you don't have to use matte medium to glue this stuff in if you don't want to. You can just use a glue stick or something. Depends on what you're going to use it for. Depends on what you're going to use it for as for how much effort you want to put in it. You're welcome, Barbara. So you can see here, these are just different leftovers that I played with. This book, oh, would I write in this book? Oh, if you wanted to write in it, this is all acrylic paint. You would have to use something that will go over acrylic paint. The best thing that goes over acrylic paint are Bic pens, Bic ballpoint, just your Bic Biro, your cheap Bics like this. These will go over acrylic paint. Yes. Yes, thank you, Connie. Yeah, Bic pen. This will go over acrylic paint. Because acrylic paint, if you try to use a Sharpie, it'll dry your Sharpies out. Definitely don't use your Copics or expensive markers on top of acrylic paint. You'll find some other pens that'll go over acrylic, but these don't get jacked up with acrylic paint. So acrylic paint, these are some of the tortoises that are like 100 years old at the zoo, at the, what do you call it? The Noah's Ark saving play. Yeah. So again, there's just, then I got some bookmarks in here. I love this page. So it just depends on how much time. These are napkins, how much time you want to take, what you want to do with them. Here's stencils and napkins, leftovers. You just use leftovers. This is one of my hand-carved stamps that was on tissue paper. Glued that in. And it sounds like it's sticking, but it really isn't. They're just mashed up. They're mashed into my bookshelf. Here's a tag that we did for something. And yeah. This was one of Carrie's vacay. Another gold painted bamboo. So, it's just whatever. It's a good journal just to, to play in, to collect, images. It can be a glue book. You could turn it into a glue book if you just want to keep things in here. And, there's Boo when she was about 4. So anyway, and they're just up on my shelf. I don't use these anymore. Look, this one I had a good desk here. No, they're not varnished. Yeah, they're not varnished, Anne. And hi, Anne, by the way. You've never seen these, Marianne? Yeah. So anyway, I just try not to have any of my address or anything show. Here's one where I went in here and just started doodling, on around something that looked like a branch. And if you use ink or watercolor, then you can what do you call it? Write over watercolor. Pens will take to over watercolor. Hi, Michelle. So here's one that just leftover paint turned it into a little world there. I got a few of those in here. There's another one. So this was what I would call a finished page. So I left over little bits of collage, and then I collaged it as a part of a watch there. I named this one a Mirage. And then just added paint. Okay, so there's another one. There's just all kinds of stuff in here. Hi, Kat. Yeah, earlier, Anne, we did a napkin journal page. I'll show it again. It's over here on the floor. This is what we did today, Anne. We worked in the napkin journal, and we did this page with Juliette Crane's little creature girls. She calls them monsters. I don't think they're monsters. So again, just have leftover stuff, then go in here and paint. This is a good practice, Anne, if you want a collage. I swear, I tell Anne we're going to do a hangout together and do a mixed media or a collage. So again, all this is leftover. Look, here's leftover dilutions. Just all kinds of stuff in here, guys. All kinds of. I like the sound of the crinkle too. Really, what you're hearing mostly is the spine, where the paint is in the spine, but they're not sticking together. As long as you let your pages dry, you're going to be pretty good to go. You know, some stenciling there. Oh, thank you. These are old. These are from 2011, 12, and 13, I think. So, although we have worked in them occasionally, like when I have leftover paint, I just grab one to show you an example. But for the most part, they're older. I can see Dee Dee taking things out of my hands, saying, "Let's put this here instead." And I'm laughing, but yeah, I know, Anne. I'd have to, I'll try not to be too bossy. Oh my God. Anne, that's so funny. Need a soundboard for crinkles. I know, right? I love this page. I like, maybe it's just the way the gray, the blue gray, and the orangey red. So, yeah. Just a little everything. And like I said, it's just where you can use things up. No, they're just random, really, Marie. I mean, like this, I think of one of my dimensional worlds that I use in my mixed media collage, my abandoned places. This, all right, so here, let me give you an example. On this one, let me get this book to hold this one down. In my abandoned places, see how this has a circular dimensional world there? I also have used that theme. Let me find the page here. And I do have it varnished in the book. Here, look. Here's another version of that. You want to see a page with glued in crusty stencils? I don't know where that one is, Eileen. So here is one of my abandoned books with the, see, it has kind of the same theme or vibe as that one does. And I like using, there's certain elements I like. I like elements of time. So I'll put a lot of watches, watch hands. I like water, mist, mountains. I like certain themes that I find reoccur, but I'm not really planning that out when I'm doing these. I'm just kind of using up stuff and just, they're play journals, guys. They're places where you can just throw ideas out and you don't have to worry about, oh, is this a finished page? None of these. Well, I can't say none. Very few of these are finished anything. See, none of them are. Now here's an example of something that can stick. Your napkins. These are textured and I have not varnished them. They are the napkin, the texture of the napkins can make something appear to stick, but it's not pulling anything off. It's just that the napkins are textured and they can grab, okay, if you will. See, these are napkins. There's a napkin there. There's napkins there. Some inks. These are leftover inks. So, next thing I'll do is I'll just maybe scrape some paint on there. I can kind of get it to uncrunch with the napkins. This one seems to have a lot of napkins in it. All right, so here's one that doesn't have anything on. Oh, I missed one. No, so, like, for instance, I can just take and just pick up some of the paint. Go a couple different ways. Maybe some yellow ochre. You can scrape it. You can smear it. You know, and then it becomes a background. It becomes a background for the next time I open this up. I might want to glue some collage in, and then the next time I might want to turn it into a world, right? Or I can take let me get a baby wipe. While this paint is all wet, take a baby wipe and you can make a complete. Now I don't want to mash it too much. I want the colors to stay separate, but you can fill in and get a whole background with a baby wipe while your page is wet. See, now you have a background there ready for collage, drawing on it. And of course you can draw with colored pencil. Pencil is awesome over acrylic paint. Prismacolors will go, well, really any color pencil that I can think of. It's just that I use Prismas the most. Will go on top. Will go on top of acrylic paint. Awesome. You're welcome, guys. Let me dry this real quick so I can turn the page. So I'm going to spend a couple more minutes going through this, and then we'll head out. So, and this is great practice, collage practice, Anne. But seriously, I tell people, guys, now see if this is not 100% dry, so next time I open this book, these 2 pages might be stuck. I tell everybody that if you're not used to collage and you want to learn and practice and some composition, get a book and alter a book. Oh, yeah. Baby wipes are the best supply, Kat. Alter a book with collage. And I call it reverse collage because what you're doing is you're painting out things. You're reversing the collage. You're painting things out. Okay? And if you take a book, even a magazine. Now, you know, magazines can be, if you're not used to working on those very thin pages, they can warp some. You shouldn't let that stop you from practicing, because magazines are great for painting things out, matching colors, bright. I would recommend any kind of magazine except a fashion magazine. And the only reason I say is fashion magazines are the thinnest, cheapest paper there is. And, you know, you can do it, but you're going to be fighting it. Oh, thank you, Cheryl, for the $5 super chat. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. So, you know, an art magazine, a nature, a travel, a vacation, any kind of, you know, there's a lot of color and a lot of things to try to match. That is the best exercise in color blending and matching. Get you a magazine that you like, or a book, you know, a book that has a lot of, you know, travel pictures. I just happen to like abandoned places. But if you have a lot of flowers, a flower book, a book of flowers, and go in there and with your acrylic paint, try your best to match those colors, blending, you know, blending colors to match whatever it is that's in the book. That will train your eye. It will train your eye to see color and match colors. The book I'm afraid to do anything is just abandons castles. You want it for my giveaway and you haven't busted into it yet, Gail? Go watch some of my videos, Gail. I've got 100. I've got over 1,000. I think I'm close to 1,075. And I got to tell you guys, at least a third of those have got to be collage of some form. So you've probably got at least 300 videos in my playlist on collage, mixed media, altered books, abandoned books. I've got at least 300 videos. Oh my gosh. And so anyway, by using the elements in a magazine to match the colors, and I'm just talking acrylic paint, guys, just, you know, craft paint. You're so funny, Gail. I like Americana. It's just I like the colors and the coverage. But so yeah. Here's my whirling dervishes. Joycey, are you here? Joycey streams at 1. Yeah, my husband and Joycey call me the whirling dervish. I love this. I love these 2 pages, just like they are. My whirling dervishes. Let's see. So here's some doodles, some ink, some just random collage. And I might pick the collage pieces based on the paint colors, or I might put the paint based on the collage colors. You know, these journals, these desk journals, guys, are not meant to be finished pieces. They're meant to use up things, glue things in. Here's some of my old ATCs that are copies. These are copies of my ATCs that have they're not wax, but they're made to look like old wax. So I just put a couple copies in there. Here's where I did some stamping. You know, it's just a little of everything, guys. And if you just had one handy, again, it doesn't have to be an expensive leather. I just found that I would use one a year. Okay, Karen, you can get them in old books, or if you get calendars, magazines. I like to use old books and calendars because the paper is thicker, better, you know. But you can get them anywhere. Could you use a deck of cards for practice? You mean, okay, you mean to collage on? If you use a deck of cards, you can for ATC. They're a deck of cards, your playing cards are the size of ATCs, 2.5 by 3.5. Let me pull this down real quick. Some of these. You can use them, but you will have to. I would put matte medium on them. I'd put matte medium on them because the slickness. Now you can collage. Let me say this, Katie. You can collage on top of playing cards because you're gluing paper down. But you obviously you can't pencil on a playing card, right? In collage. Okay, here's what I would tell you to use with. Do I have a? Let me see if I have a old. Here, let me show you what you can do with a deck of cards. What I would recommend. Let me get here. Let's see. Do I have something that's similar to a deck? Okay, here. Okay, here's an old flash card. It's just a little bigger than a playing card, right? What I would recommend you do if you want to use playing cards in it is peel up. And I don't know if I can do it with this one, but peel up this. I just pulled a random flash card. A deck of cards would work better. And peel off the backing or one layer. See, this isn't going to work, but you get the idea. Same thing for greeting cards, guys. I use a lot of greeting cards. Peel off. Let me see if I can find one. I don't want to give my new card there from Hubster. It's a Valentine. Hang on, let me get a card here. I'm trying to find a random greeting card here, guys. Okay, well, no, that's from Julie Topaz. Hang on. Oh my gosh, that one's from Annie V. Hang on, I'm trying to find a random card here because I want to show you how it works. There's one from Scoobs. Janet. Hang on, guys. There's one from Pacola. Hang on. I gotta find one I can tear up. Hang on. Let's see. Find one from Hubster or something. Oh, well, no, that one's from Cameron. Well, anyway, guys, you do the same thing. You do the same thing. You just roll the edge, and then you can peel it. It'll peel off. Same thing with your greeting cards, Christmas cards, anything like that you have an image that's on a card. Yeah, well, I'm not talking about the front grate. I'm talking about taking off the thickness. I'm talking about taking off the thickness. If you want to collage a thick card, I wouldn't recommend collaging this into a, I just wouldn't. You can do whatever you want. Anybody can do whatever they want, guys. I'm just telling you what I do. I would peel off a layer, peel off a layer. Okay, but here's some of the ways you can do collage on a small scale. These are my art cards. Now, my art cards are bigger than ATCs. ATCs are 2.5 by 3.5. Artist trading cards. I make my art cards are 3 by 4. What Connie say? Is something. Yeah. I would tear them off the backs if you're going to glue them down. You can use, here's some where I've used the Rolodex cards. Okay, it's all the same process. My process is all the same, whether I do it on art cards, postcards, collaged art journals, abandoned places, even the napkin journals. It's all the same type of thing. It's all the same process. And like I said, I probably have 300 videos for you to go watch. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling Tuesday morning pulling me in. So you can use index cards. You can use Rolodex cards. Here's some of the ones that I've had. These are kind of scraped up now, but here's where I've done faux wax with spackling and paint and varnish. And the insides are not really done, but I think I did these as examples. Here's what it looks like with just the spackle. Here's what it looks like after you've painted and varnished the edges. Okay, so there's just all kinds of techniques. Y'all want to see something, just leave a comment and we'll do it. We'll do it. I've done circle ones. Now, these aren't done in the middle, but again, samples of the spackling and glitter and paint. Write it down, Sparkle. Write it down in your Society of Idea Collecting journal. That's why you got one of those. So, and these are all ones in different stages. Here are some more that I have more. These are finished ones here that I keep for samples. I gave away, I've given away hundreds of these guys. And I just haven't made them for a while. But if you want me to do another set, I usually work on about, I'll work on about 8 at a time. I'll work on, about 8 at a time that's what I can get in the camera. And it's all the same process. This is just tinier. It's just tinier, right? But these are all great practice. If you're afraid to do, I don't know what that's, just a piece of something in there. These aren't done. If they're varnished, they're done. See how they varnished? I varnished these. So, yeah. So just mixed media collage. It's all the same process. It's just different. These aren't done. Just different sizes. Just 6, just a postcard size. Same, all the same kind of thing. This one's from 2014. This one's from 2014. We've been doing this a lot of years, guys. Hi, DRD. Susan, isn't it? Susan? We've been doing these for a long time. And then even little ones. Here's some inchies, done tiny ones. It's, again, guys, it's all the same process. Whether you do it in a magazine, an altered book, a composition, but whatever you do, it's all the same process. It's just on different things, different sizes, right? Different. So, Susan, you have a good memory. Good to see you. So anyway, guys, and then I showed you these last week too. I did little charms, little tiny charms, again with spackling. That's got dimension on it, spackled. So I got different ones. Here's some calligraphy ones with calligraphy, just different, to make it look like they're in wax. Those are little charms. I used to sell these on Etsy back in the day. These are kind of my leftovers because I don't do Etsy anymore. But you know, yeah. So I use Ceram Coat. Yeah, Holly. You can use it. It's not the brand won't matter so much as long as it's water based. Water based gloss, indoor, outdoor. I think it's called exterior interior. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to head out, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed. Let me show you one more time the napkin journal we did today. Let's throw this back up on the shelf. Oh, I will show you one more quick collage thing. Let me show y'all this too, because these are cool, and I love these. So these. Oh, look, there's a random stencil, Eileen. We need to glue that in. The little miniature composition books. Now, the miniature composition books are not as sturdy. They're not as sturdy as the large ones. I've never really had pages drop out of a regular composition book, and I have had some drop out of these. But these are also very fun. Let me flip through one of these for you. And it's all the same thing again. It's all the same. It's all the same, just tinier. So it's just kind of like doing a double page spread of an art card, you know. Yeah, they are cute and tiny. And it's just acrylic paint. That's all just painted in with acrylic paint. See how that one's kind of coming out? And what I've done with some of these is I've made e-cards, you know, not to sell, just like if someone like get well, I can Photoshop get well, you know, font on a background like this or something like that, or thinking of you. So these are kind of nice to do that with. There's some little town down there. Oh, you're welcome, Christine. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. So yeah, these are fun, guys. These are fun little books to do. It's the same as the desk journal, just tinier. And, you know, it's all the same, guys. I mean, I've got hundreds of these things. It is less intimidating to do a small one, but to me, I would go. It's a little trickier actually because you have to paint tiny. You have to paint everything little. So it seems to be less intimidating if it's small. And same thing for the art cards, but it can be trickier because you've got to find small elements, tiny things. You got to paint tinier. I would recommend that if you wanted to start collage and you never really have done any collage, to start in a book. Buy a, you know, $10 coffee table book of whatever topic you like. Travel, gardening, pets. I like abandoned books, history, whatever you like. Find a book you love, because if you don't like the topic, you're not going to stick with it. Gardening, architecture, home improvement, home decorating, cooking, anything you like, because then you're going to want to stick with it and add things to it and play in it, right? So smaller, because you like, look, having to paint all this tiny bits in, it is a little trickier because it's so small. You can do it, you know, but you know, it is going to be a little more challenging if your image, if whatever you're using is small. Okay, so here's some where I've just glued some stuff in. Nothing done to those yet. It's another one. Some more just glued in. Look, that page started coming apart, so I just taped it in. A couple of blank ones in there. Here's some more where I've just, you know, random collage bits in there. And then I can go back and paint on those like that. Okay. So this one might look like this to start. And that's why I say practicing blending your colors with a magazine. You're welcome. You're welcome, Jeanette. practicing blending colors from a magazine is awesome because you're using the colors that are already there. Okay, so like that. Let's see what's in this one. I haven't looked in these in a while. Here's some blank, just some random collage. And then you can go back at your leisure and paint in them. Small's good for you, Katie. Yeah, you'll find what you like to do. I like all of it, guys, but I love my abandoned books. I love just because of the theme is why I like using them and turning them into new worlds. Here's like Undersea. That's a good one to get. Like if you like mermaids, I would recommend getting you a book on coral and fish. I know I have one around here somewhere on coral and fish and some mermaids somewhere around here. To find that and pull that out. So thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for all the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I'm trying to find some. Here's another one. And these are tiny. They're, 3 by 4 or 5. I'm not sure what these are. Oops. Oh, that's that stencil. All that's just hand done. All the checkerboard, I just did that with the white gel pen. It's another one. Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all stopping in, and hopefully you got some ideas. Hopefully you've used your Society of Idea Collector book to write some ideas down. And yeah, so y'all have a good afternoon. Thanks again. You're welcome. Don't forget if you guys have wanna, and I haven't, of course, checked my email, but if you wanna giveaway, email me your address, or if you've super chatted me today, email me your address so I can send you out a thank you. All right. Oh, I was going to show one more time. Here. This is what we did today. So you're welcome. Thanks, Katie. You guys have a wonderful Wednesday too. Bye, guys.